Good evening, and welcome to Reckless Moves, a Sunday night live D&D broadcast with a bunch of awesome people playing Dungeons and Dragons and making sure that every plan I have is thrown out within the first 15 minutes. I'm the Dungeon Master, I'm Michael Cremeen, and the cast and crew and non-player characters and a whole bunch of information can be found on our website at recklessmoves.com. Today, we are continuing where we left off. Surprising basically no one except me. The party has been hunting a changeling who is a arch criminal, part of the mystery they're trying to solve of who's been killing various creatures around the kingdom. To recap slightly, the party is a band of investigators who have been conscripted by the Temple of Kutho, the main power in the kingdom. They have found some allies, they had found some enemies, they've uncovered some dark secrets, and the where we left it, it has led them to find a hidden tavern because of Ridley's knowledge of thieves' cant. That is a speakeasy under a tavern where, despite being severely inebriated, the only one that was immune to fear was Gust, because he just decided to rage at the bar. And there were three people that were identified as by someone who had true sight as someone who was under an illusion. One of them was turns out was wanted by the temple, but was not the culprit. That's where everyone was kind of gathered. There was another one who turned out was a changeling just to hide her relationship. And the third was the performer, who was under the observation of a bunch of people, especially Arthur, who was watching with his ludicrous passive perception. He cast, using Pipes of Haunting, and the entire place basically was afraid of him except for Gust. So Gust rushed over with his amazing speed as a barbarian and proceeded to get into hand-to-hand combat, which, turns out magic users are not that keen on. So proceeded to knock him the F out. And that's where we left it last week. Would either of you like to do your diary entries?
Of course. Okay. Well, my darts partner and I got to play another pair at darts. It did not go exactly to plan. So we let our KM out of the bag to help distract the duo we were playing against. We also discovered that Arthur is really good at the bagpipes. The song he was playing is called Cheat It. I thought it was brilliant. Gust finally made his way downstairs. Well, being carried, really. Someone had been stealing coin from Gust through the evening as well. Ridley stands up and holds a dagger to one of the companions, and Grace the bartender warns everyone fighting to take it outside. Holy smokes! The water I've been drinking, it's made me feel funny. So sleepy. Must rest. And I spent the rest of the episode asleep.
Yeah, you were.
You can just see me do my cool thing.
So where we pick it up, Max is on the bar, passed out from being basically Mickey'd. A temple person named Coney tried to arrest your darts partner. And it was Oobleck that noticed, I think it was Oobleck or Rockham that noticed the dart matching the one that Tefura was throwing.
I didn't detect poison.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It
right.
was Gust. Gust sees
Gust.
dart, can see they match one of the sets in the dartboard.
That's right.
Yep.
Which was awesome for a barbarian as a perception roll.
And I think Gus raged so that he could do some kind of a healing thing or something with
Yeah,
the totem.
It was the aura, the storm aura, correct?
Yep, completely.
So that's where we pick it up. The questions I have are: what exactly are you doing with Satio, who's unconscious by Gust? The rest of the bar now suddenly is coming up out of this fear. You have acquired Pipes of Haunting, because once you knocked him out, it fell out of his hands as he was trying to continue playing.
Are they an attunement item?
I would have to look that up. I don't remember.
I just wondered if Gus would be able to just pick him up and start blowing him and make it work.
Well, I'm going to use him as a bagpipe real quick here. So he's upside down. So, well, guys, well, I don't know why you're running away. He's quite small. Guys, Tick,
Everyone else
are
is,
you dead?
everyone else is starting to look around and like shake their head and wonder why they're where they are, because they were in a state of fear.
Right.
So everyone else is kind of moved around and is a little confused as to what happened.
So I remember I was
one person
pushing
that,
the princess out the door with her companion.
yes, they are. You have covered their retreat, because you knew you knew the ruse, right, Ridley? Because you were the one that
Yes.
So actually, yes, they were. I did forget, but you have the gratitude of. I'll write this in the notes. The gratitude
Princess.
of Princess Fari, yeah.
But, hey, Arthur, I think I got you a new fancy horn. No, raise up the bagpipes.
I love fancy horns.
Oh no, it's Pipes of Haunting. It's not Bagpipes of Haunting. Although
Oh.
I couldn't retcon it. No, let's keep it. It's like a Zampir's pan flute.
I'm
That's fine.
not against the idea that Gus thinks they're bagpipes.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
I also play the horn, so I mean we'll be all right.
Yeah, they just don't have a bag on them.
Yeah.
It is not attunement.
They're unbagpipes.
I'll walk down to you carrying my little prize. How come I can't?
Actually, it's just
Games pause.
Yes, past.
Yeah, just 1 second. It looks like this is what it looks like. Oh, I clicked it twice. I don't know why. So that's what it does.
Ooh.
So you have acquired the Pipes of Haunting.
Well, there you go. Well, I got what I would like to call a fancy horn, but Pipes of Haunting also very cool.
I would like to make my way over there to where Satio is
Make him
to
away downtown.
begin restraining him properly.
Well, yeah, he's unconscious, and I'm holding him by his ankles.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
shake
that's
him a
not a
couple
proper
times.
restraint. You're gonna wake him up, Gust.
Okay, so you're restraining him, and
And
how exactly are you doing that?
well, in Ridley fashion, I want to tie his hands behind his back very tightly
Okay.
and tie his legs and stuff a rag in his mouth and put a gag on him.
You're
He's a
stubbing-
magic user. I don't trust him.
Okay, fair enough.
Oob, don't enlarge him this time. That didn't turn out well last time.
I didn't do that.
No, Oob
I don't
did.
have that
Want to
magic.
do that?
I didn't say anything.
I don't have the magic. I can't do that.
Okay, so he is bound and gagged. Okay. After everyone wakes up, Grace looks around and goes, "What happened?"
Well, see, he was playing that fancy horn, and apparently it was really horrible because all of you started running away. Well, I
Oh,
figured.
it sounded so bad, Gus. I
Oh.
don't know how you stayed up
Oh.
there.
Yeah, well, it should have been worse because when I get angry is when my hair goes into mohawks and my ear flaps are more exposed. So, I'm surprised myself. But do we get to keep them now? Is it like fishings?
No, remember, we're supposed to turn him over to Temple Daddy.
Oh, fine.
Well,
I never get to keep the cool stuff.
Yeah, we don't do catch and release, and we don't stick them in our pockets
Oh, fairs
or our
and-
bag of holding because they'll die. Rockham's the only one who can live in there.
It's fun.
Oh, is everyone else okay?
Yeah, I'm a little bummed there wasn't a fight, but that's okay.
I think Tick is still asleep.
Yeah.
Dick. Oh,
Arthur walks over to Tick and starts snapping in front of her face or by her ear.
with the with the noise here, the poison just put you to sleep. It doesn't mean you stay asleep. So
Okay.
with all of the ruckus that starts happening with people's confusion, let me see. I'll roll.
Didn't we determine that your ears were still twitching even when you were asleep?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna see.
The
how-
radar dishes are still going.
that's right.
Okay. Yeah. You you wake up,
Sweet.
Max, and you actually
That's all right.
you don't feel bad because you were drinking, the mocktails. So you're,
Right.
you basically just wake up, and
Oh, hi guys.
because you were asleep, you were never frightened.
Thank
Right.
Because you have,
goodness you woke up, because I'm not sure that we could remove you from the premises.
What? Remove? What's happened?
I'm a little guy, but I got a big punch.
so Coney does have a query for, I guess, who's in charge of your investigators?
I make the plans.
We all are.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's why it works.
It's a
we're,
co-op.
we're a democracy.
Yeah.
Although I stand on the most tables
How does the democracy work when you have
Oh.
to make it as basically?
We'll vote.
What are you going to do with Tefuru here? Do you want me to take him into custody or?
No, we'll keep him.
I mean, I don't care about him. I mean, Max might like him, but
So
I mean, he was a pretty fun guy to play some darts with, but
I mean,
Pharaoh
yeah.
was the one that wasn't real bad. It was
He was
Or
the
was he-
one that poisoned Tick, right?
That was an accident. It was an accident.
it didn't feel like an accident.
Well,
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 why did you have poison darts?
okay. I was going to use them on him, but unfortunately, it glanced off his sword and hit my friend.
On Coney?
Yeah.
so you the expert dark guy missed in such an improbable way that it ricocheted off of someone's sword across the room and hit our friend over here.
it's a hell of a trick shot.
I just look at him and go, "Zone of truth." I don't have it, but I'm just pointing at it and says it.
Oh, I don't know if anyone has that.
I don't think anybody in our party does.
I think
Yeah.
Arthur might. I do,
I was
but
gonna say,
okay.
but
Is
Yeah.
it prepared?
yeah, I can use it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and cast Zone of Truth. I have those slots right now. So
Okay, so
So put the Santo in.
what's the
it as
save
well.
on that?
hold on, I'm trying to figure out.
Wisdom. I
Wisdom
think.
DC. What's your
It's,
what's your spell DC?
It's a charisma 15.
Oh, charisma.
Yeah.
charisma
Okay. Let's see
Big
how
difference.
Let's see how he does. It's
Hopefully,
not-
his charisma was his dump stat. He's got a minus 17.
Oh, no,
Okay.
he's been bluffing, so he can't be that bad at it.
true.
well, let's see.
Fuck. I called the number. Just in the wrong direction.
So you know he does not. The caster knows that he is not affected.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah. So you don't have to maintain your concentration then.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll just inform the party, like, hey guys, I tried to make him tell the truth, but it didn't work. So
Well, he didn't know that.
we can beat it out of him.
Hey, Gust, can you use your zone of truth on him?
That's why I'm pointing.
Like this? Not pointing. Use your hands in a more close combat manner.
This
Oh.
is zone and this is truth.
There
Yeah,
you
right.
go.
This is the zones.
All right, I'll come up to him and be like, I
Okay.
want to ask you a question. Have you ever been used as a hammer?
Okay. I saw what you did to the other guy. Look, I was hired to put you guys to sleep.
But,
And it-
Well, you know, honestly, that's not bad. Most people just try to kill us.
that is true.
by the guy you just knocked out.
Oh, okay.
Satio. Look, he I didn't even get any money. He just threatened my family.
You know, they do that a lot.
Seems to be
Yeah.
a common thing.
Yeah.
Do you have money on you?
Yeah, he paid me 300 gold too. You can have it. Just don't
I
kill
don't
me.
want it. I would like you to give that to Grace.
What?
And as long as you promise not to listen to him anymore,
All of it?
we'll let you
Yes.
keep 10.
Copper pieces.
Yes, sir. He's like, okay, for a pretty junior rogue, this is worth it getting beat up.
Yeah.
So he
Oh, and
goes
he can't really
over
steal from here
And he-
anymore, too.
and
Yeah,
he,
that was
the
kind of the
spot.
point.
and he hands across 290 gold
Right.
and says, "All right, thank you, ma'am." And Grace looks at him
Oh,
and
shoot.
goes, "You are hereby banned from this place too." That makes it's even worse because this is his favorite place to go, like make
Right.
money at darts.
To scam people and stuff.
Okay, can you take me to jail instead?
I'd look around at the rest of the party. Does anybody have a problem with him leaving now?
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, if he was just being extorted like the other people, then I'm totally cool with letting him go.
I think
Yeah.
we've punished him well enough.
I don't have a
Can I
problem
do
with
one
letting
thing
him
as
go.
as I leave?
No, get out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Go.
He goes
Oh,
to
now I'm
leave.
curious.
He goes
I
to
wanna know.
leave, and he goes walking by. He says, he's walking by here, and he kicks Satio right in the balls really hard.
Oh,
Oh,
Well,
okay.
he's
gonna say
bound
kick
and
him
I'm
gagged.
good. Never mind, I'm
That's
good with
good.
Well,
that.
fair enough.
Oh, that'd be horrible. Getting kicked in the balls while being tied up.
Oh,
Can't even.
he's bound and gagged too. So like,
All right.
and then
Oh,
he basically walked out.
yeah, remember, Ridley doesn't fuck with magic users like that.
Right.
I'm not a magic user. I don't like it. I don't want to deal with it.
Don't know
All
if you'll-
right. So,
don't know
Who
if you'll
will
ever see him
remember
again.
that?
so
Well,
we
you're
got,
fine. You're one of my friends.
I know,
So-
I'm teasing.
we're going to get this Santio to a temple daddy, right? But we also got another fight coming up.
I don't
You-
think we qualify. We don't have enough money for that one.
Yeah, I think we.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we got to go. We got to
Yeah,
go.
We
to
got to
temple.
go back to Temple Daddy.
Yeah, this is our actual mission. So let's take care of that.
I don't want to
Oh.
let shenanigans get in the way of me taking a nap. You guys woke me up early.
Fair enough.
You want to go back in the bag, Rockham?
You know what? No.
Max holds it open. Grand gesture. Like a pillowcase, you know? Whap.
You're gonna stay out? Okay.
I'll stay out. You never know when I'll come in handy.
I imagine everyone's temporary hit points has gone away at this point.
He's like that crescent wrench that you just got to keep, just in case.
I wouldn't feel too good for Grace getting that gold though, because I left a bunch of glitter and viscera covered footprints all around her establishment.
Well,
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the reason that I wanted her to get the gold, because we kind of made a mess. She's got a lot of work ahead of her.
I am running out of forgiveness for people whose families are threatened.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Pretty soon, that's not going to be an excuse for folks anymore.
No.
Well, it's
Right.
not their fault that more people are being threatened.
Well, I'm sorry, but you're the sixth person to use that excuse, so you're fucked.
5 is the threshold.
That
That's
poor
it.
person's like, they took my dog, they took my mom, they took my dad,
Sucks for you. See ya.
they shat on my cat. Horrible.
What?
What?
I don't know.
Cat on the cat.
Okay,
There's a
so,
new children's book for you.
So where are you headed, party? What are you doing?
Always
I guess we got to go back to our ship.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, which
So
is
we can
like
go
3
back to
miles
Temple
outside
Town.
of town.
So you can head out of town. I mean, if you recall. Oh, well, Grace has offered you. Thank you for everything you did here. And across the room, you hear this gruff voice. We're heading out to the cart and horse docked here, so you can have it.
Oh, thank you.
A couple war
Get a
horses.
horse?
Couple war horses pulling a really nice cart. So have fun. And a bunch of the what looks like more powerful guys start leaving the tavern.
We got all
The ones that I was sitting with.
Yeah.
If only we had an insane little dude with proficiency in land vehicles. Oh wait, we did.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
Ah, you're a jockey.
So are you guys heading out of the tavern and walking toward your ship?
Yeah, I think.
Well, I
towards
assume that we
Temple
would
Valley.
drive this
Yeah, we're gonna
cart that we just got.
Take the cart.
Well, yeah, take the cart for sure.
Yeah.
War horses are not cheap.
Okay.
True. Also,
War
Max
horse
is
is
going to
a
look
goodie.
so badass riding one.
That is true.
Man.
Heck yeah.
On the way out, Arthur, yours is 15. You don't get the sense you're being followed, and you're
Oh,
I do know that you're always on the lookout for that because of because of your background. But Grace says those guys they just been in here. They spent a lot of money, and they said you could have their cart. So here's the valet ticket for it.
That's cute. Valet. I don't know
will
what that
take
means.
that.
just letting you know, Michael. I put that term valet in my head now, having no idea what it means. It just
Yep,
means I
I
get
know.
free stuff for free. Oh, it's just valet.
Valet means free.
Valet means you get a
Good cost.
ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
You say
Um,
valet, somebody gives you a piece of paper.
Right.
Okay.
So
Magic words.
anything on the way out of town, just for brevity's sake, is there any shopping, anything you need to do?
Probably say goodbye to our changeling guide that we got in the beginning that we caught. Let him know that we're on our way out and that we've completed our task.
He was at the inn. You could
Oh, so he already saw. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
absolutely was the one that no, at the inn where you first met him, because he was
Okay.
so your you say your goodbyes and head out.
I want to make sure that I make a point to wave at the merchant I sold the alchemy jug to on the way into town.
The one that disappeared.
Yes.
The one that complained to the local constable.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Like,
So that was straightened out. You can stop there if you want.
no, I just want
Oh.
to wave as we go by.
Okay. Oh, you're waving as you go by.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just Rockham being friendly.
And you get he was told that it's all straightened out, but you get a glare. Like let's see. I want to roll.
I imagine we're just slow rolling out of the
You take 1 psychic damage from all of the evil glare that you got.
I take 1 second. Okay.
Hey, 1 psych damage.
It's
I
fucking daggers. He's staring daggers at you.
Almost literally.
literal daggers.
He's so mad because he couldn't do anything. He called the constable, and you basically talked your way out of it by telling the truth, which
Technically
That's okay.
correct. The best.
It's
kind of
a good
correct.
moral, kids.
Ask the right questions.
And always
Um,
tell the truth.
So,
I don't know about that.
heading back,
Max.
A version of.
it's a pretty I rolled. There's a pretty it's pretty uneventful heading back to your ship, which was, more than a few miles away. It's not that long a walk. You do pass through the forest, where you were welcome to pass through, but you don't see your former tree friends. But you get a good feeling as you're walking through, and you are going to be leveling up. You've already leveled up your characters, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you
I just
did
need to
that.
be reimported.
Yep. I'll do that.
What level are we supposed to be?
6.
This would make it 6.
This would
Yeah.
make you level 6.
I am level 5. I think I need to be reimported. I kind of remember leveling up.
Did you level up in D&D Beyond or not?
I believe so.
So,
Let me take a quick look.
That's fine. You don't need to wait on me. I just will level up as we go.
sure. Well, I'm taking you
So
back to the
Rockham-
ship, and you can I can reimport you while you're
Having a snooze.
yeah, I need to actually take just 1 second. I need to get the Thetheos token.
So you don't level up in here, right? You do level up in D&D Beyond.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to be reimported because I have it in as level 6 in D&D Beyond.
You got it.
I feel like we leveled you up last week.
We didn't.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bother doing this on the in my character sheet, but after we get back to the ship, I'm dropping my attunement on I don't know, one of my items, doesn't really matter which one. And attuning to the Spelljammer helm. Yeah, I'll drop attunement on my shield.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So now I'm just a jar with a Spelljammer hat on, and none of you have told me that I'm just a brain in a jar yet. So I still don't know.
I tried. They really shut me down when I when I started to say something.
Oh,
Would that bother you?
I actually don't know.
That's funny.
I mean, I feel like it would beg the question, whose brain is that?
Well, it's yours. If you could ask the question of you're looking at your own brain, it's definitely
Well,
yours.
But whose brain was it?
Now that's a question.
It was Abby.
Abby Normal?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Not bad.
Just 1 second. I'm need to.
And if it wasn't before, it certainly is now. They took your brain and put you into a tin can.
I'm putting
Yeah.
you guys down. in
That's
the
enough to screw anybody
office.
Log in.
Yeah, but I logged into me, not you.
Oh. I was gonna say I have like 110 characters right now in
Right.
D&D Beyond. That's definitely not my account.
Rock,
Like, holy
I'm gonna move you
shit, that's
down
a lot more than me.
to you and Uva moving down into the office. Everyone's
Okay.
on the ship.
Yeah, I don't think I got
You can also
anything special. And
you can
level
also
6.
just so you know, you can also move your elevation +10 to -30 in the ship. It'll go down to the engine cabin, dining, main deck, and upper deck. I did levels so you can actually move between if you want to go around, but just bear in mind that 0 is level of the main cabin where all the activity, where the maps are, and the control room and the gunnery stations,
Okay.
where you guys are right now in the map. And I just need to bring in, if I can find him.
Oh, can I retcon one item? Upon leaving the tavern, on the outside of the tavern, I use my chalk and write in thieves' cant that guy is not permitted to be in here, and watch out for him.
Oh,
And I know he'll be able to see it.
I guess we should have asked him whether he's a changeling or if he was just using illusion magic.
who? Satio?
Tifu?
Oh, Tefuru?
Tefuru.
You didn't ask.
Yeah, I was like, we probably should have. Granted, I guess, not our problem anymore.
Arthur, you ready to import while you guys are on the ship?
Yeah, Arthur's ready for import. Sorry.
Okay.
Took me a second to get over to the mute button.
It's so far away.
It was.
My little T-Rex arms couldn't reach.
You sign in. Beautiful voice.
What?
Just sign in.
Oh, well, okay. Just give me a second. I'll pop over there.
Hey.
Did he sign down?
So, what are you doing with Satio while you're on the ship? He's still bound and gagged. Akra is, well, this is new. What, do you want him in the brig, or are you keeping him up here?
I mean, probably the brick. I mean, we got
Yeah.
one for a reason, and just feels very much briggish reasons.
Yeah. And how long was the journey back to Temple Daddy's place?
It's like a
Um,
couple days, I think.
Is it that far? That long?
It's I'll have to look at the map, but I believe it's by your ship speed, about 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So he doesn't need to eat or drink or anything during that time. We can leave him gagged and bound. Put him in the brig so we don't have to watch him, whatever. Or we could leave him where we could see him.
Well, we should
Or we can
probably
fly him
give...
behind the ship like a kite.
Do
That works too.
changelings? Do changelings need vocal components to change form? Because I don't think they do.
Oh, he could just turn into something small, huh?
Or big and get get the gag
Right.
out.
Can changelings change
Actually,
their
that's
size?
That's a very
They
small
can't.
thing.
They can change within the medium. They can change between
It's like
medium
one
and small.
size up or down, right?
Yeah, unless you go to large, you can only do medium or small.
So if our brig can hold a halfling, our brig can hold a changeling. He
Right.
can't like wild shape into a mouse and run out.
No, I was more saying that he could shape into something where the bound and gag bit will
We'll come off of him easily.
Yeah, will no longer be effective.
What if
Sure, I
we
guess we do have to watch it.
Well,
what if we
I-
put him down in the compartment underneath of the air elemental
Yeah,
How
You know
Aaron
how
can
horrible
watch
that
him.
would be just the
and
entire
have
time?
have Aaron watch him?
That's
He's not
certainly
going to get
that's
past that.
certainly a brig. Yeah, there's an acid cover that like
Right.
covers the
It
entire
held
thing.
Aaron for all that time.
And so you can instruct him to watch him then?
Yeah, I'll relay that message, and I imagine that
It's
he
not
responds
eatable.
back like, "Toy."
I will be happy to take care of this evil creature.
Yeah, just don't.
If he tries
untie
to
him.
escape, can I throw him off the ship like the last one?
Oob says yes. I don't know if Party says yes.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I mean, he's the only one that
if-
hears this. It's
Yeah, if
like a
Oob
connection.
relays that,
I'll ask the party. Hey, can is this guy expendable or do we need him for something?
I
No,
think we need him.
If he's thrown overboard, he could change his shape into something that could fly, maybe.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that might not work.
I'll let Aaron know. No, we need to keep him on the ship.
Plus, I think Temple Daddy's
Okay.
going to want to question him.
I have an idea since the bag of holding is empty now, I think.
It's not empty, but
Oh, it's
there's
not empty.
yeah.
Well, actually, you know what?
And you could only put him in there for 10 minutes.
I am going to just make another bag of holding using one of my artificer infusions. So it is empty. Replicate magic item. Bag of holding is a level 1 option. I am just going to cinch the bag of holding around his hands.
Oh,
He can't cast any spells if his hands are in another dimension.
Well, he was already bound, but
Well, yeah, but we were worried about him making himself small and slipping out of the restraints.
yeah, but that's a class feature because he's a changeling.
oh,
Hmm.
yeah, he could do that without.
Okay, then.
I think you would know.
Yeah, it's
he
not
could-
like that needs, that doesn't need like a somatic thing to it.
I mean, he's looking around. He's as he's. Oh, I need to report him.
Or we could just have Gus use another sleep spell on him.
Well, I mean, I can definitely make him sleep, and I can say pretty words as I do it. But I mean, I don't really
That's what I
consider it a
mean.
spell.
Gus, I've seen you give the sleep, and people go to sleep.
Right? I mean,
That's Gus magic.
I'm pretty good at the kill spell then too.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Murder, death, kill is very
Oh,
powerful with you.
See, I
Power
didn't
punch.
even know I was as magic as I was.
The acts of questioning.
Like me with the snicky snacks.
Right.
Quite proficient.
We can get within 8 hours. I can put him in tiny hut if need be.
Hmm.
Nah, I think we got it.
Yeah, if you
I-
put him
I
in the
would-
tiny hut, he can go out.
Yeah,
If you
that's-
put him in there,
that's fair.
that only works to keep things out of it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I could do? I have rope trick. We could keep him in a little pocket dimension that has a set exit.
Now I know you can climb up there and pull the rope up in with you, but can you pull the rope out?
No, but it's just a little bit more secure than just a cell.
It's true. You can still have Aaron watch the rope. If
Yeah.
anything comes out of it, Aaron kill.
Either way, Rockham's driving, so he can't watch the prisoner, unfortunately.
Right.
I'll keep an eye on him.
No, that's fun.
So I assume he is in the brig, being watched by Tick.
So
Rockham-
I'm
Rockham's
using
flying
this token for any changeling that's in normal form. So Holver and Satio look exactly alike to your eyes, unless they change form.
Okay.
So Holver, you said goodbye to, but Satio is bound here. I'm just going to keep the token there until you tell me what you're doing with him.
I think we put him in the brig.
Under the air elemental.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, he is in the brig.
And RKM
Is everyone imported properly now? Check your tokens.
I'm not, but just go ahead. I got a lot to pick.
Oh, do you really? At level 6?
Yeah,
Mine
I'm good.
looks good.
Sorry, Michael. It took me a minute to get into the right account from D&D Beyond. It was my fault.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Gus multi-classed at this level, didn't he?
Yep.
And I don't think I don't see Max's token here.
I was just going to say I'll plot myself on here. You need
Thank-
me to?
I got it.
Okay.
Because that's going to have all the right site and stuff.
It looks like hit dice 5, so I still need to be imported.
I need to remove the effects from you too.
Dun, dun, dun,
You are not unconscious.
Yet.
There you go. I'm importing you.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
And then once I get this imported, as soon as dust is done. So on the ship, those of you that are near the forward windows, you see another huge airship, basically flying extremely fast past your bow, and then going basically straight up into beyond into the clouds, and then you basically see the outline of the ship, and it disappears into the sky.
Oh, that's cool.
And you see a lightning kind of a effect in the sky, like a flash. And even with those of you with excellent vision, you don't see that ship any longer.
Warp drive engaged.
You damn kids flying their ships so fast.
They're headed to Tatooine.
So, while we're flying to the temple, Rockham is just kind of muttering to himself about how he liked driving the horse cart, but the horses made it horribly inefficient.
Yeah, and you have ample storage for the cart in your ship as well. Like,
And I assume the horses.
yeah, you have plenty. You have a huge cargo area.
So since
That's
the
what
war
she
horses
said.
are on the ship,
That
Sorry.
went back to mute.
yeah, I fixed it. Since the war horses are on the ship and Oob does not need to sleep, he is going to spend the whole ship ride using the, what is it? Not animal messenger. Sorry, I had a ritual that I was going to use and then now, speak with animals. And he's just going to talk to the war horses the entire time. Not about anything specific, just to pass the time.
Just, hi, how you doing?
Just chit chat over carrots and tea.
How's your
Exactly.
life? What do you do? Can I
Yep,
get you anything? Can I help you out?
How about that hay, though? Am I right?
exactly.
I mean, hey.
Um,
Hi.
we gotta
It
fix.
depends on the voice you're using for that, because it's hi from what's happening, or
Ah. God, that cartoon.
from the rapist.
Or hey,
Oh.
if you're from Atlanta.
Oh,
Zephyrus comes out. Dinner is going to be served in the dining room in about 15 minutes. Would you like to feed your prisoner or no?
no. He doesn't need to eat. It's not that long of a trip. He's not going to die.
Okay. Well, I'm with that.
Do not remove his gag for any reason.
And I'm going to, just for the stream, move down to the down into the dining. The big dining table. And a huge platter of meats and cheeses and breads. The smell that you can smell it just as you descend the stairs into the dining room.
How do we change our elevation?
You on your character, you can go -10 up +10. You go up and down. In the stream, you'll see the dining level.
Oh gosh. Okay.
And one level down.
You're so shiny.
Yeah. And then there's the cabin room and the engine room, but most of the time we're going to be spending on the main deck.
floor plan of the ship is very complex.
It is
Might
a
take me a second.
it is a big it is a big ship. You guys can wander. You guys can wander around. Just bear in mind that you need to be able to get back to. To the main deck, and of course, most of the time you're spending in I call it the main cabin, where you have your controls for the weapons, you have your steering, you have all of the maps and charts of where you're going, and you have the viewports. This level, where all of the cannons are, also has these glass panes, so you can actually see the entire front of where you're going. But you guys can feel free to wander around.
All right. I think I'm ready to import.
Come
All
for
right.
Dintons. Come.
I don't know how to do that though.
You don't have to. Michael will do it for you.
Oh, yep.
I'm importing you right now. So the characters have pain level 6 with the capture of Satio and a bunch of other milestones that you basically finished an entire plot line that I thought would take about a month.
Oh yeah.
In 2 weeks.
Hey, we did good, guys.
Hey,
So
Finger dance worthy.
we're efficient.
We're not in danger right now.
No, we
Hush.
is not.
Why do you say that out loud?
Well, I don't know. I just learned a little bit of magic, so who knows if this ship is going to last throughout the night.
Oh God.
Right.
Did you talk to your daddy?
Well, yeah, that's where I got it from. By the way, I did become a warlock, and my patron's my papa.
So you're basically like, can I have more power, Daddy?
Right, right. Well, I mean, I am an heir genasi, and he really wasn't around, like at all. So he's kind of making up for lost time.
Kind of deadbeat.
Yep.
Mm.
Especially in a world that doesn't like magic folk, and I'm walking around with this big blue face that obviously came from the pants of a genie. Yeah, not the best look.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, right. No magic.
Well, I'm existing.
Yeah, well, I kind of have horns, so it feels bad.
I mean, I'm kind of magic too. It's an unfortunate fact of our existence.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Like-
am not.
Is just like because you're a tiefling, right? So you have a resistance. So like if you got burnt, let's say it was fire, and you just didn't get hurt as bad, people would be like, a witch, a witch. You know what I mean? Like in this world, is that would that count?
With my upbringing, it wouldn't have, because everybody would have been aware. Like I was went to like an international school or whatever, so everybody was like well versed in the different types of beings. But I would imagine in less socially aware circles that could be
Sure.
the case.
Hold on. I'd like to go up the top of the thing and test out my new shit. All right, check. Check.
I'm guarding.
Well, that's fine. I'll do it in front of the prisoner.
Okay.
All right. I don't know what I'm doing here, so I'm just gonna push really hard, like I gotta take a shit, but I think something good's gonna happen.
Well, usually
Nothing
when you push
good
that
comes
hard,
from
something
that,
good
Gus.
happens.
What are you doing?
Arthur's gonna hold an action healing word.
Testing out his magic.
And I guess I'm at this.
Jeez.
You broke up a little bit saying that.
I'm a Vagathist.
What is
Now-
that? You want to link it?
Oh, sure. As long as it's on the new stuff.
Okay, let's see if it's updated yet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. Armor of Agathis.
Yeah, right?
Shaboom. And I shall just cast it. Cast spell. I'll take back my spell slot.
Did I give you the description too, or do you need that? Or
Oh, it's
Yeah, I think
it's the cold
that's-
damage.
Also 15 pair of hit points. So
Here,
come-
I'll link it in the. Here's the. There you go. So the stream can see it. Yeah. Protective magical force surrounds you. The material is a cup of water, which I like sploosh.
yeah, right. Already. Oh. All right. I
you
got
have
one
to
more.
Throw water in your face to cast it. I think that's
No.
the somatic.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right. Oobs.
5
You s-
temporary hit points for the duration.
Yes.
If a creature hits you with a melee attack, each takes 5 cold damage. Interesting.
Yep, it's going to work. And I also can do it while I'm raging because it's not Constitution.
It's not concentration. Yeah, it's
Yep.
It's not a
Yep.
constitution.
it's just
You're
it's just,
talking to
it just
God.
lasts an hour. It's
Yeah,
not
I'll-
even concentration or anything. It just takes an action which can be done out of combat too, or pre-combat.
It's almost as if I've been planning this for months.
If I didn't
All right.
know better,
Yeah.
and it
Oh.
actually is. I will say it's right in line with your character skills and makeup and background. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're an air genasi, so
Yeah, and I got it from my daddy. You know, that's that's going to be my patron. Is going to be the air gymnast that fathered me.
yeah.
Freaking gymnast.
I want to try. I got a couple of more, but I want to try one more.
The Air Genesee.
Yeah, right. Oobs, you stay right here. And this may tickle not in the fun way. Is that okay?
Okay, I give it the crustiest little wave of a pseudopod.
I'll take a couple steps back.
The crustiest little.
And I'm
thing.
like, I still don't know what this is, but I'll think. So I'll put my hand underneath my armpits and I'll give myself a squeeze. All right. And then from the heavens comes down lightning lure, which is supposed to be rolling right now. It was way cooler when I said it. Oh, there we go.
Lightning lure. All right.
He dropped the verbiage for that one in the chat.
I got it.
Oh, yep.
Unless you got it.
Oh, I mean, you know me with the buttons. So good at it.
I mean,
It's
I love
basically
you.
a lightning pole, right?
Yeah, but it pulls them and it hurts them.
I'll display the card.
Yeah, so I can arm
There you go.
part foot towards them. They're going to get hurt and then forced to run at me.
Armpit fart.
I'll save the rest of my glory for later. But I
It's,
just
it's
want
just
to share.
verbal. It's just verbal too.
That's it doesn't say where I got to make the noise from.
Oh, you didn't see Necromancer. Never mind.
Anyway, I got a couple new little fun things, but that is
So-
my turn.
Oops.
I honestly didn't see Necromancer, so.
In the roll.
Oh my lord.
So if Armor of Agathis is a cup of water component, what about a bucket of oob?
A bucket.
What?
Oh, wow. Like if I splash boob on me.
Ooh, not boob.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, they're both funny. Anyway, I'll keep my other secrets to myself. But yeah.
I don't know if you're ever
Oh,
a
it's
kid and
funny
you
to
had
show.
this little Play-Doh that you put your finger in and it sounded like a fart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
flirt.
I exactly.
Slime.
So Oob's bucket. If you put your finger in it, what happens?
Yeah, right.
I
Oob
make a funny
screams.
noise and then
Yeah,
he
right.
goes, "Hey, watch it."
Michael, you probably remember when slime first came out. It came out in little trash cans.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It was
Yep.
green. It came out
Yes.
in little trash cans. Yeah, that was one of the tricks. You take it out, you stick it in, and you push it down with a finger or two, and it. Now they sell it specifically for that. Like, no, back in our day, it was specifically made to fuck up shag carpet.
Yeah.
Because once they got on that carpet was done.
Absolutely. I totally forgot about it.
I know that from experience.
You know what else is really
Not
bad?
me. It was my cousin.
Just so you know, what else is really bad for it? Play-Doh.
Was that? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was bad for carpets.
But at least Play-Doh could dry, and you could sit there and crack it off of each little strand. The slime was done.
Yeah. and it soaked in. All right then. So, Balfa Selleck was already turned in, right? He's dead.
Yeah, we killed him.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah, we took care of that one.
Wait, I think we just cut out his tongue, cut off his hands, and let him go.
Well,
We turned him over to Temple Daddy, didn't we?
he's dead. So what happened was someone
Right.
cast enlarge on him while he was gagged,
Yes.
which the gag severed his skull in
Yeah.
half. So
That was so
That's
dark.
awesome.
That was so dark.
I mean,
Eeh.
physics. So, and that was when Temple Daddy first did the facepalm. He's like,
Yeah.
Bishop Agnon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm
I
not
don't have
using
that
your
spell, so I know
acronyms
it
for
wasn't
people.
me.
I had to write all these down of like what their real names are because you kept calling him Zomboy Holvir.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
who's Zomboy? Oh,
Yeah, Michael
okay.
has a whole spreadsheet for our language.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So I assume, other than our flyby, the flight was pretty uneventful.
I mean, as eventful as you want to make it, but if you don't have anything you want to do, then I think you do see it's midday. It's the first time when it's been a really clear sky, and you can see the northwest temple spire where you normally dock. It appears all of the docking spots they look great. It seems like there's some kind of like glimmer on the coming out of the 4 docking ports on the top of the spire for airships.
If this was a 12-hour flight, could I have taken a long rest during this?
Oh,
time?
I'm sorry. You all should have had a long rest this whole time.
Okay.
I mean, the food you had was breakfast, and so you would have had the night.
Yeah, because I only have one thing that I used. But
Yep. Take a long rest.
Rest.
Oh, I have all my spell slots back. It's great.
And it says new day, I noticed. So some of your skills or any special items you have. Who has Arthur, do you have the pipes of haunting? Did you add that to your inventory? You're muted.
He said he thinks so.
Okay.
Yeah. I have it in my inventory, but I wasn't sure if like that exchange like for sure 100% happened. So I was gonna clear that up later.
Unless you don't want it and you leave it
No,
on the bar.
No, I think it makes sense for Arthur to have it.
It seems like a bard thing.
Yeah. No, I think it would fit.
Because it's also charisma spell. Like,
Yeah.
All right, so you are arriving on the spire, and it is a beautiful day. Remember in the north, it is a little colder, but it feels like a nice crisp, like winter day. It doesn't feel the biting cold you normally would have felt here. Let me take you to the
Nice.
temple
Nice.
outpost.
I gave you a long rest.
Oh, thank you, wife.
You're very welcome.
And I think all your
No, that
tokens
are
are
no.
already in the bishop's waiting room. Let's see.
Yep.
You are all there already? Great. And I just need to bring in a CTO.
dumbass gag boy.
Yeah. So is that what you're calling him now?
Maybe.
Oh, you still have Balfa in the thing with us.
He's dead. I didn't move the dead body yet.
Oh, he's got a full green bar.
Well, yeah, he's dead now.
He's deadish.
Now he's dead.
He's
Yeah.
deadish.
So the bishop does descend
Had
the
enough.
stairs, and then so they saw you arrive. Oh, and
We brought you another gift.
you have a present.
Yeah, there I go. I do all my accuracy
I
again.
love-
Check it out.
It was not that long ago, less than 24 hours since you sent me the message that you were seeking Satio. And here you are already. I have to say,
I tell
the
you,
alacrity
deserve
which
gold
you
badges.
accomplish these goals is rather impressive. Unless I was a
Told you
dungeon master, in
before.
which case it's super annoying. But
I told you before, we deserve gold badges.
Yeah. I mean, and this one had a spooky horn.
so regale me with how did you capture him?
That was Gus.
He has eluded us for so long.
Gus cast a sleep spell on him.
Well, yeah.
I was unaware you had the ability to put someone to sleep.
Surprise!
Yep. You see what you do is you take him upside down and you bang his head a bunch of times, and 90% of the time.
I see. So it was you put him to sleep, but a spell was not used.
Well, he was playing a
well,
shitty
that-
horn, and that pissed
we-
me off right.
We call that Gus sleep spell.
He
Gus is very magical.
because he sleeps for a spell. I understand.
Go with that.
And Chick got hit with a dart.
I did.
I mean, it's almost like the big savannah out there.
Yeah, poor Max took a
He got
nap.
tranked.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. You took a trank nap?
Poison dart.
Poison dart.
Was
Allegedly, it was an accident, but the person paid a fine and was told to never enter that establishment again
wait
by the establishment's
so
owner.
You who have murdered so many bad guys, you let one go?
Holy shit, we didn't kill no ones.
Well,
Go ahead, Max.
Let me count the times that has occurred.
What'd we kill?
But I'm not challenging your methodology. It is your investigation.
Max, I'll let you tell the story of how this one was allowed to leave.
Well,
If you'd like.
I spent a lot of time with him, and he was honest in his trickery, and I believed that he didn't intend to hit me with the dart. It was redirected from somewhere else in the room. So perhaps it was just because I had a glorious nap, but it didn't feel like it was sinister.
You did drool quite a bit on the counter. It was impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. See, guys, here's the thing. I was drinking water all night. It was all a ruse to get money out of people.
Yes,
I
but your
mean-
sleep drool made an incredible puddle.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to say I'm still nicely hydrated if that's what you were worried about.
No, I don't want to have nothing to do with those roses.
What?
Fake drunks.
Oh, those girls?
No, you had a rose that made you sober. Well, yeah. A rose. No, sorry, making a
I
joke on a
believe-
rouge.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. I
You
guess
follow-
they don't all land. I try. You know.
Not following that.
Wow.
Apologies.
I drowned.
Yes, you
That
did.
one didn't work.
So you guys do appear to have you look a little well rested.
Well, on the way back to see you, we were all able to take a nice little rest.
And
I am an
Obar, in your
excellent
bucket,
driver.
or are you out as a
Mm.
oob?
No, I'll keep my bucket.
You're in the bucket.
When well, here's what I'll say. I'm not in the bucket, but the bucket's on my head.
Oh, you wear it as a
Wearing
helmet.
your hat.
As a helmet, yes.
As
Exactly.
a hat. Okay. So,
It's an oob fez.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. That's way better than what I was planning on doing with it. That's great.
fantastic. Well,
Oh, and Rockham slept in a bag.
Yes,
so
yes. Very comfortable extra dimensional.
have you found anything else out about Statio's assignment, who he reports to? Have you done anything?
We didn't have a real chance to talk to him. I kept him gagged because I didn't want him using his freaking magic.
Last time we turned somebody in, did we establish like a secret passcode with Temple Daddy? I feel like I vaguely remember that because last time there was an impersonator.
Yeah, this
that
was the
was that was a
impersonator.
couple of times ago, but yeah.
I mean, this was the
Unfortunately,
impersonator.
Yeah. Hold
Yeah.
on, but we do know
Literally,
something.
Satio was the person who was impersonating him.
But
Well,
we
what if it's the same trick though? What if now it's Satio's boss?
but we know something though, because if you cut a changeling, their blood is blue. Can we ask Temple Daddy to prick his finger? I mean, that would be an answer.
Why don't we just
Yeah.
prick his finger? Come here, Daddy.
Come here, Dad. Come here, Daddy.
I'm a little
His finger.
uncomfortable with this ask after everything that we have been through together.
Well,
Tell us a story about some of the things we've been through together.
Yeah. I mean, last time we trusted something that looked like you. You were wrapped up in the snow.
What would you ask me that only I would know without causing myself injury?
How many sending stones do we have?
Well, you have one with me, and you have one with the temple, with Krusk, who you're keeping eyes upon. But
There
to
you
my
go.
knowledge, you have not communicated with Krusk except to occasionally send insults. I do
Tiki
still
knows
have-
about Baguette. He's got to be
Oh,
the
wait.
real temple daddy.
Yeah.
We did tell him you're going to the desert.
all right,
well,
so good.
you're not exactly. You weren't exactly going to the desert. You were going to Bullthorpe, and
Well, yeah, we lied.
Yeah.
Oh,
We told
okay.
him something different than what we were actually doing
It
so that he wouldn't be
was a
prepared
test.
for us to go there and do this with this douchebag.
so I'm sorry. You lied to me. You didn't go to
No.
We
Bullthorpe.
lied to
No,
no, we lied to Baguette.
lied to Baguette.
Oh,
to
to
Krusk.
so. If we wanted to feed information to him about your whereabouts, where would you definitely not be going? It is often best I don't know your methodologies. I just want results.
Okay.
Not that
Far south.
let's call it deniability.
Fair enough.
I don't-
will be
because if
heading
I am ever
far to the south
Relied
after
upon
this.
or spells are used that I can't resist. I don't want to ever reveal anything about where your whereabouts. So
Temple Daddy, we
only what you've
attempted.
told me where you've been.
We
We
want
attempted
plausible
to
deniability.
cast Zone of Truth on this one, but we weren't able to get him to comply with the Zone of Truth. So
Well, let's do something else then. And he walks across and
haven't used Gus' Zone of Truth yet.
he touches him
Oh.
and removes the gag, and the guy goes, I'll give you an example of what he does. Wrong button.
Does he just flip him off?
No, he's
You're
silenced.
muted and
Oh.
Nope, he's silent.
He's just cast silence on him.
He casts a spell on him which prevents him from speaking. It's different.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Silence vocal cords.
So there's a couple ways we could handle this. One, I could remove that silence and have him talk, but as you know, we have protective spells around here, if you recall. So he will be unable to, and you guys know this, you can't cast anything other than class level things.
Right.
So I can't stop him as a changeling from changing form, but I can stop him from casting anything. So I'll remove the
Oh.
silence, and then you are, we have ways of making him talk.
We have a gust,
He
and
casts.
we have a max,
I'm gonna link,
and a
no,
rock'em.
No, I'm gonna link a spell for you. That he has.
Or we have Oob who can climb inside of him
And
From
that is so
any-
delightfully disgusting.
from any orifice he wishes.
So I have
Or doesn't wish.
a new
Well, I
toy.
meant-
I have a better way to kind of get him to say, "This is the spell he's cast upon him."
Okay.
enchantment.
And he can't do a wisdom saving throw when he is in this room. So it automatically applies.
That's cool.
So he is going to command him, once I remove your silence, you are going to be a friend of ours, and you're going to be a spy for us, conveying everything you know.
10 psychic damage each time he counters.
Yes,
the
you're going to
directions
be
you
a
give.
friend of ours, and you're going to spy for us.
That's awesome. 5d10. Jesus.
Oh, it's Gaius. Okay.
Yeah, if he doesn't do this, he takes basically 50 damage every time he acts against this.
Right.
So
That's crazy.
he's commanding to be your friend and is a spy for you.
He's
That's
feeling
great.
a little gassy.
And then he touches him and he goes, I like you guys. I will do. I guess I'll be your friend. Because he
Not that you
feels
have
the
a choice.
pressure of this damage coming on him if he resists this. So he's sort of
That's
trying
awesome.
to resist, and he's like, "Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad I'm a spy for you guys and not working for someone bad."
Hey, what bad person did you work for?
Such as.
Well,
Good question, Rockham.
You mean I got a spy for you?
Yeah.
That wasn't the question.
Well,
Who were you working before us?
okay. I was working for Primra. Primra, who's, I don't know if you ever even heard of her.
I don't think we have.
I'm gonna pull up a map, and you guys still have your maps, or should I pull it up on the screen?
Pull it up
Might
on
as
the
well pull it up
screen.
on the
that way.
stream.
Make sure that we're all looking at the same thing.
Okay.
Primbra.
Yeah, I don't have that name in my notes at all.
No, me either. Primra or Primbra?
Primra.
Are we going raw or are we wearing a bra?
Primra.
Got it.
Remember,
Cheerleader.
I understand there's going to be another name soon, but that's okay.
Prime rib.
I'm
We're going
aware.
to Shishkin.
I'm aware.
Primrose like a mumra.
Oh, that was good.
Once in a while, Mandy, I get one. Every once in a while.
That was awesome.
Primbra is very well endowed.
bro.
Okay, I'm just loading this with the.
But it's a dude, so it's bra.
Bruh.
Primbra.
Bra.
What up,
So,
Honey
bra?
said
so
she.
you have, you're up at the
I say
Northwest
black
Temple.
screen.
What? You don't see? Oh, I need the. Sorry, I need the.
Come at me, bra.
I need the token.
Need a stream token, bruh.
I know, brah. There you go.
It's like I'm playing chat again.
You see it?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
so you were up at the temple. You were
Okay.
at Carbrum. You've been to Formac, Bolthorpe, and God, I don't know why I didn't spy for you guys sooner. It feels so much better. Primra has been watching everything from. All right. And the bishop says, "You're only going to suffer if you don't just accept what's happening." And Gaius lasts for 30
30
days.
Oh wow, that thing is ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
it could be recast every 30 days.
Um. So, well, anyway, Primra has been the one that I report to, and she's the commander of Scarwatch Keep. Working at the
Watch Keep.
He's actually part of the.
Oh, okay.
He's
yeah.
assigned by the temple. He's one of the insiders. I think
Oh,
she
shit.
reports to Krusk. I'm not sure, but I report to Primra.
All right.
So, Bishop, you heard that, right?
I did, and
I mean, you sort of seemed like you were questioning us about Baguette. Now, do you believe us fully?
I'm beginning to gather. We need evidence. So we have the problem with. Oh, can't believe I'm saying this. The problem with the temple is we don't know who to trust. As with any organization, when bad people get into good positions, it's difficult to get them out or bring them to justice without actual evidence. Because someone who's under a spell or charmed by us and revealing information is one thing, but we need evidence. Now, we had possibilities with a couple people that, let's just say, didn't survive to be questioned. And so maybe in the future, just an idea, that we let you guys try to find actual evidence, some documents, anything to prove this relationship. There's got to
Well,
be.
now you've got this cockhead here who is under your spell. He's got to do what you say, or he's going to die. Basically,
That's
But,
fair assessment.
so also we've established, I'm pretty sure now, that you can trust us, and we know that we can trust you.
That's about all we know right now.
Right.
We know
Well,
you have
I mean,
unveiled. You have kind of.
Wormed our way into your heart of hearts.
I was going to say, well, there is a certain respect I have for your party. Well, I don't always.
Is it a
have-
golden respect, like the badges that we should have?
It is a respect I have for your results, but the methods sometimes you have, for example, if my spies have reported properly, your method to bring him to us involved you going into a very public arena, revealing yourselves to hundreds of people.
Not as temple.
No,
Yeah.
we just fought as
They didn't
people.
know that we work for the temple.
Yeah, we were not affiliated.
So you didn't show
We
your
didn't present
badges to
yourselves as
anyone
such.
within that place?
No, we showed our badges to the people who tried to arrest me, who worked for the temple.
Who had badges themselves.
And I had words with Bishop Tolmay, who Tolmay is not, in my estimation, bad. He is just
Overzealous?
he is he got a little big for his britches.
There was a guy with
yes.
There was a guy with Ptolemy who seemed very interested in me being arrested.
Yes. And did you get a name of that person?
I did not.
I did not.
That would have been useful information, I think.
I might need some time to remember. Hey, I have a lot of information in this little head of mine.
Matt's clicking on the last stream from last week.
You'll let me know in a week after you go watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
but I do have another question for our changeling friend.
Okay.
Well, he's still gassy.
I've only got
you would have
Bishop
I don't think you ever
Tolmay,
got the
bad
name.
guy, circle badge.
No, he was just a priest.
And
I
then
think.
tall, purple-skinned, tiefling, and small horns at the tavern for
He
meeting
was
longer
he
in the
was he
arena.
was a priest, but he never got his name.
Yeah.
But he was very interested in you being arrested for a crime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of the rest of my stuff was about the tavern.
Okay.
But I
fair
have
enough.
another question for the changeling friend.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you keep your records, if you have any?
Good question.
Gotta like that question, that response.
I'm thinking, does he know?
It's a dangerous pastime.
He knows where there are two places. There are two places where you might find those because we submit reports through our Stone network, and those are all transcribed.
Oh, where do the transcriptions take place?
To my knowledge, I send them through to the temple, and they're stored in there's a very secure library in the Temple of Kutho in the main city of Alraziel. The primary temple and the primary library, it's exceptionally well guarded. The only way to the only way he knows where any like documentation would be is in the temple library, which is really well guarded.
I was really hoping for F mail instead of Gmail, fantasy mail.
And email.
Just go through his sent emails.
There's,
That's funny.
there's
Bishop,
one.
if we had gold badges, would we have access to that?
I hear you asking all the time. I don't even have the ability to award them because they are awarded only by cardinals to the bishops.
Oh, that's cool.
So is there a cardinal that you trust?
We'll get him eventually, Rad.
Not. You're asking the bishop.
Ridley-
You're asking the bishop,
Yeah,
right?
Ridley's working the shit out of this.
No, you're
Trying to
asking.
get that
You're
gold
asking the
badge.
bishop, right?
Yes.
I couldn't even award it if I would see to it. Because those can only be awarded from a cardinal.
Right. But
And-
is there a cardinal that you trust? I know we trust you. You trust us. We have that well established. We're good. But is there someone above you that you trust?
Preferably somebody that
One of the-
owes you a favor.
One of the
Not
problems.
not even specifically so that we can go gold badges, but just so that we know that you're not the top of the line that we can trust. We're trying to establish a chain of command of trust here. We're not planning on going over your head, Bishop. We've had good relationship with you so far.
Here,
No problems with that.
Is there
But-
a temple granddaddy, so to speak?
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Arthur. Articulating what I couldn't. That is a bard's job done well.
That's great. That's fun.
Well, I know that there's been a lot of hullabaloo about the library being well guarded, but like, we work for the temple and have silver badges, and we could just like forward some orders from Krusk letting us into the library.
I can do
Like-
that. Not to mention, I'm sneaky as fuck, boy.
Right. Right.
So
Like
what-
we could,
okay, so
like, I don't think
These
this
guys
is
hadn't even
something that we have
seen
to
me
fight
go
our way
full
into the
sticky
library. We could
snacks.
just walk in, theoretically.
Even my party hasn't seen me go full sneak mode.
so the bishop asks you, so what we know so far is that there's prisoners that were supposed to be returned to having you freed Bolthorpe from this brigantine, this pirate.
Mhm.
You've had a wonderful experience at the Colosseum of Carburum. You've visited Cormac, you've been around the Fury Mountains, and you've learned some things. You've also freed several people by bringing Balfa to justice. I think if you want to head to Alrazil,
Oh, Razil. One
I
second.
it's going to be very difficult for me to get approval to the third
That's the
level of the
island down
library
here.
where any of these.
The main spot. Yeah.
Perhaps we should probably, try to get this keep thing going on. The Sasquatch keep.
the Sasquatch keep, the Scarwatch keep. If you're trying to find out, and he's resisting, but he's just learning just to not resist because he's starting to feel that
Sure.
psychic pain. If you wanted to go, I could spy for you and get you into at least through the doors of the keep, because I report to Primrod. I could either say that I caught a prisoner or something, like
You mean to get us into Scarwatch Keep?
to get at Primra, and whatever Primra knows, like you're trying to infiltrate this organization, right?
I don't.
The problem I have is that I only know who I report to, and I think Primra reports to Krusk, but I don't have any proof of that. It's just rumor. And unfortunately, this Red Dawn organization keeps everything kind of like as a need to know.
I'm wondering if perhaps we should go higher than lower.
I mean, it's up to you guys, but it sounds that if we can nail down this baguette, then we can, make some big moves.
Well,
Yeah, that
Gus,
makes sense.
Gus, that makes sense on one level, but then if you think about it, if you're going for that one is more likely to kill themselves than to give us any information. What if we went for the next level up?
Well, we went after Krusk directly.
No. If we go for whoever Krusk is reporting to, we
Well,
just need to find out
we
who
don't
that
have that
is.
information yet.
That's what I'm saying. We need to find out who that is. If we find out who Krusk reports to, we go to them before going to Krusk. If we can,
It's almost like you
Take
guys
that
need.
person-
It's almost like you guys need a chart.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's what I'm thinking is, and this is just my rogue mind. If we go and we take out the person that Krusk reports to, then we go to Krusk, and Krusk tries to report to that person, but we respond in kind.
Well,
It's a long road around, but it's just a thought I had.
I'll get what you're saying there. And I'm definitely not smart enough to have this opinion. But if,
I'm not smart enough to say what I'm about to say. I love it.
well, I mean, so what we got is a straight line to Krusk, right? And then we're just kind of loosey-gooseys looking for whoever he reports to first. So unless you have more
instead
of
of
a
taking
direct
the
line-
straight line to Krusk, if we take sort of a circuitous move to his boss and then come back down to Krusk, we're taking out 2 layers.
But if
I think that
if we
Krusk
have
is more
Krusk-
ambitious than he is powerful.
If we have Krusk's boss, then we don't need Krusk because we have all the information we need to
No, we
nail
still
him.
need Krusk because Krusk is going to try to take that boss's place.
I
He's
think.
ambitious.
Well, yeah,
He's
but-
motivated. He wants more power. I know the type. I've dealt with him before. He is power hungry. And that's what he wants. He wants to move up. He wants to become the head honcho. And right now he's not. He's middle management. That's not where Krust wants to be. Krust thought it was hilarious when he thought that he took out Bishop Agnon. He thought our temple daddy was gone and he was thrilled.
Right.
And he got a little loose. He got a little loose with his plans. And that's how we managed to do what we've done. So if we take the place of the boss and he thinks he's talking
you
to
guys
his
are
boss,
talking in front of Bishop, all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Well-
like, where's the lead? You know,
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm not necessarily convinced.
I'm
That's
just
what I'm saying.
I'm throwing ideas out here.
No, Rog. I mean,
I could
no,
have
sorry,
my
not
new
Rog.
spy friend step upstairs for a second because he's not going anywhere. And we could have a conversation about the structure.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do that.
Right. Like all I'm asking, Raj, is how would we know who we know Kresk is dirty, but how do we know who
You
he
have
reports
proven
to?
you have proven your worthiness and your abilities enough for me to share a little bit more with you.
Hmm.
And I do
So-
mean a little bit more.
So we're gonna find
I
out.
could
who
do a
Brioche
lot
is
with a
now.
little-
Again, plausible deniability. I want to reveal as much as is useful for you without getting myself killed, which
All right.
removes.
So-
That's fair.
Before you finish, is there anyone here in my party who thinks that they do not want to know this information so that they themselves have plausible deniability?
No.
So my concern is that we're gonna get into a situation where we will learn the official chain of command of the temple down to Krusk, but there's no guarantee that with whatever chicanery is going on with who he's reporting to for this conspiracy thing within the temple is actually in that official chain of command.
So just for my personal memory, is Krusk equal to Bishop Agnon or below Bishop Agnon?
They are both bishops.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
So there's
They're
a
equal.
cardinal over them, but we don't know if just because we find out that Krusk reports to a particular cardinal, we don't know that whether that cardinal's dirty.
Right. And that's kind of where I'm going with that is we need to find out who exactly Krusk is reporting to and try to take that person out, but like
Or
basically
we
take
can-
their sending stone. And so when Krusk reports to them, he's actually reporting to us. And we can give him commands at that point until we take him down.
Instead of taking him out, I wonder if I could tinker perhaps with a sending stone so that when Krusk contacts the cardinal, we can listen in, almost like a fantasy wiretap.
Kind of cool.
That's a good idea.
You could certainly
If it
try.
could work.
Real life
Love it when the
iPhones?
DM says that.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I make
regardless,
a-
because Krusk is in Star Keeping, he's in the keep anyway, right? So both things can be attempted at the same spot. Am I
Yeah.
right in thinking that or wrong in thinking that?
The problem is Krust knows us.
Yeah.
But if we go directly to his boss with Agnon's backing, we could ask him, the boss, if we could listen in on his sending stone with Krusk.
If we can trust him.
Well,
yeah, we would have to have
the
Temple
bishops-
Daddy submit that request.
Agnon speaks up as like the whole purpose of sending stones is one-to-one communication, and you need both stones to match. There are no
Right. It's not like it says it out loud. It speaks like literally into your mind as you're holding the stone. It's not like a Nextel phone where you can bloop and it says it on speaker. The sending
Wow.
stones speak mind to mind.
However, if you found someone powerful enough to do scrying or something where you could spy remotely on someone, the problem is that I'm not super convinced. Point of order for us, instead of taking a break, we could end at 8:15. Like, unless someone needs, like, if you need bio, just like mute yourself and, do your thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay.
rather than the break today, because you're kind of on a
roll.
Yeah.
and
In a
We're on a
bottle.
roll again. So
Off
happy that
screen.
we're on a roll again.
No, I think we could find someone who could do a scry, or maybe if we could get a hand on one of the sending stones, I might be able to tinker with it in some way. Just have
Now,
it.
Oob, you could do telekinesis, but you can't like specifically
so
read
the bishop
minds, right?
tells
Can detect thoughts.
the bishop
Surface
tells
thoughts.
your new prisoner Satio, your new friend, and spy Satio, Satio, go up to my room and clean it up a little bit. It's a little dusty. We need to have a conversation. And he goes, oh, no problem. And he goes upstairs and out of earshot, he goes, even though he's charmed, it's for 30 days, and there are ways to remove that. So I didn't want him to hear what I'm about to tell you. So the only thing I can reveal without getting myself killed or you guys in a lot of trouble is that there are above the bishops there are cardinals, and the cardinal that I report to is Cardinal Cathna, like Cathna. You want to write it down?
Yep.
That's who I report to, and I trust is the wrong word. I respect his actions have led me to believe he is not doing anything nefarious, but I can't say that with 100% because we report up just on activity, but you are off that radar. The only person that knows of your investigation, once you found me, or I should say more specifically, stopped you from being murdered after you killed some people on the road, remember? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. You tried to
Yeah.
forget about those things.
But there are very few bands of investigators that have had the success that you have. Well, let's be blunt, that lived past 30 days. Because you're up against some kind of an information network that has, up until you reported to me, known where you've been, what you've done, which is why perhaps it's good that you haven't shown your badges except when necessary. Remember, we had that conversation.
Yeah.
Now,
Red Dawn is evil.
unfortunately,
I know I was married to her for 20 years.
I don't know anything about Cardinal Canerv, who Krusk reports to. And since Krusk, I don't know that they're in cahoots. Canerv is Khainarv. Canerv.
Spell that one more time.
Khainarv. This is why I create charts in advance of the whole campaign. So there's the structure is basically acolytes, priests, head priests, bishops, cardinals, and the chairmen. There are three chairmen, and they're of the temple, and their identity is something I want to communicate right now. Because I have no information about.
So you and Krusk do not communicate to the same cardinal. You don't answer to the same
Correct.
person.
And all
Okay.
the cardinals report, like, there's basically 6 cardinals that report up to one chairperson. And and then there's the head of the temple. This is basically an information structure, and it's power structure. It's also an enormous quantity of money through tithing, and the temple is probably the largest political organization in the kingdom. Now, you would hear about wealthy families, some of which got wealthy for providing services and contracting with the temple. For example, all of our airships are private contractors, right? So we don't know them. We also have people that provide cleaning services and supply services and books and the people that staff all of our outposts. So with that many people, it's difficult to know who to trust. I have no evidence that Cathna has been nothing but honest with me, because I was given my assignment by Cathna to work with investigators to root out corruption that they believe, at least Cathna told me, that she believes that something's rotten in the temple. Now there's the main temple in Alrazil, the city, the largest city in the kingdom, is also exceptionally well guarded. Your badges will get you basically to like the main library, but the private archives require cardinal access. And the like history documents of since the temple was founded, when the great battle between I don't know if you know your history of the kingdom, or if the players need a reminder.
I remember there being like a terrible magic thing that happened because of wizards or something.
And it was around Celestos Tower.
Yeah. I remember that for sure.
Well, yes. I mean, they say the history is written by the victors. So
Yep.
we know what we know, but I mean, there was so the official doctrine of our entire temple is the Book of Porphanos. So that it was Porphanos who defeated Celesto and created the Scar when Celesto was trying to do something, summon demons to rule the kingdom. Trying to get basically a god to be his minion. This is magic that has
Something to
long
sell.
been outlawed and is something that is forbidden even to those with license. There's powerful magic that shall never be used again.
Hey, we saw someone try to summon a demon, didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah, that was way back.
you've seen it twice,
Yeah.
both of which were
One of those fire priests.
a fire priest who
Right.
one was in the basement of the hospital where you
Right. With the golems, right?
where
Yeah, with
Yeah.
golems.
Oob let you in through a back door, so you avoided like so much of the campaign,
Well, she
Yeah.
kept on falling through the grates.
and learned where the back door was. And
I don't think Oob was falling. I think Oob chose to go through those grates.
It was
but
calling to me.
in any case, you went through the back door and interrupted a summoning of a minor demon.
Yeah.
And during the Colosseum, you also were up against a flame priest who tried to summon a
Right.
major demon, and the demon basically resisted and poofed out of existence and left the flame priest on their
Yeah,
own.
Demon told him, "Fuck you, dude."
Yep, high and dry, man.
Actually, removed permanently some of his capabilities.
Ooh, I don't know if we
So-
knew that.
But
Is
he was
that the
defeated
band-
anyway. So remember, you fought the people in Arena. They were defeated, but they were resurrected, so they're still existing.
Right.
Right.
So
You just never
that
know. You don't know
is-
where they are.
Right.
Are those the banned magics that you were just talking about?
Absolutely, because what was to our remember, there's the books that we have that we use for our temple doctrine or our mantras, our procedures, how we operate. Our temple services also that make us the most money are like curing wounds and resurrecting people and things that clerics get. A lot of money comes in from people that require our services. Now, what I have heard as rumor, but as unconfirmed, is that someone in the temple is, let's just say, causing a lot of services to be rendered.
Right.
Well, I guess what I'm confused about is that the whole summoning demons thing is illegal, but the dude just did it in an arena full of people, in an arena run by the temple, under a bishop that you said wasn't a bad guy.
No, that was a different bishop. That was Bishop Ptolemy, who
Right,
also reports to Kethna, or to Kenarv, sorry. Now, I helped Ptolemy out with a problem he had, so he theoretically owes me some favor or loyalty, but he reports to Kenarv.
And Kanarv is the same one that Krusk reports to.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that Kenarv is bad. My point is that I've had interactions with people that report to Kenarv that were not necessarily bad. But
Right.
if what you're telling me is true, that under Ptolemy's watch, that a demon summoning was allowed in an arena
Yeah.
Yeah.
or attempted.
But also they weren't bad specifically to you in your face. They may know that you're not bad and they can't do that directly to you.
Yeah, and one of the priests under that bishop was very interested in me being arrested, but we did not get his name. And he only relented, firstly, because I was very clever in how I answered his questions, but also when
But
we
you
name
didn't
dropped
get the
you.
name of this priest or whatever it was.
We really got to start getting names.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that we did. Because honestly, I was just answering the questions of the bishop, and the priest was not very agreeable to being asked anything in return.
Well, yeah, to answer your question, we did see a big fuck off demon get all wrecked right in the middle of a fight.
And disappeared. Now, that may have been because of some protective magics in the arena preventing things like that, or it could have just been a failure on the part of the summoner to control.
No, the demon definitely told him to fuck off. Like that was the demon's choice.
I see. So that would be a failure on the part of the summoner then.
Yes.
Probably lucky because, well, from your description of the victory, that was a good thing, except they tried to arrest you instead of handing you your money.
Yeah.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it
town's
might have
kinda
been
shit.
warranted,
Well,
That town's kind of shit.
but
I mean,
it,
he
it
may
does
be
make
dirty.
me think. What if we leaned on Ptolemy to get to I just wrote his name down. One second.
yeah,
get to
Bishop told me
Karnov.
who's the bishop of Carbarum.
Right. Because now we know that he's allowing demon summoning to go on under his nose in public. So that's leverage that we can exert on him to get to Karnov. And then we can use his summoning stone to lure Karnov out so we can get Krust's sending stone. And then impersonate Karnov.
I'm looking at my chart. Okay. The bishop says everything's a risk. You're trying to basically do, an end around rather than knock the pieces down one by one. And I can't argue with that strategy. I'm just as a caution, you're going up against very, very powerful people. Not,
see, the
not,
way I see
not
it,
just
though,
in,
is
go ahead.
if we go straight for if we go straight in for Krusk, then whoever he reports to is going to know, well, we've already taken out Krusk, so he may have flipped and given up whoever he reports to. So they're going to be prepared for us. That's why I'm suggesting we flip it around.
Well,
And we go for the higher and then the lower.
Well, my concern is that if two bishops that report to Karnov, the people working for Krusk directly, we know we're summoning a demon and making the weird golem things.
Right.
And then the one that we know who works for Karnov was allowing demon summoning to happen, if not under his order. Then that seems to point to the commonality is Karnov.
Well, just remember, shit rolls downhill, information travels uphill.
Right.
That's why I would like to be on the shit side of it and be able to roll down on them.
I'm not 100% sure if that metaphor works, but I'm gonna go.
I was just
Rolling forward with it.
I was thinking of the different layers of the city or of the main city and how shit would really literally roll downhill.
Downhill, yeah.
That's great. Funny stuff.
So
Or
we
better
need-
yet,
We need
we
evidence,
could make
correct?
we can make Krusk think that we're going after him and then just capture the other guy.
No, we
Yeah,
gotta
if somebody with more intelligence than me can come up with a better plan, I'm all for it. I'm just throwing out what pops into my head.
Well, I mean, like, we need, like, I've caught fish before. And
But,
usually you got to put something on a hook to catch something. So
Also,
what kind of bait do we got?
if we go to a different town, I may be able to make connections that you all wouldn't be able to make because of
Right.
my connections.
Oh
I
wait,
might
does
be able to find some underground stuff.
It's very possible.
did Primra work for the temple or did she just work for Krusk?
All of the
Or do we know?
acolytes, priests, head priests, bishops, they all work for the temple.
So
All right,
Primra is an acolyte, basically, or a priest.
Primer is a head priest
Okay.
who reports to Krusk is what your new spy friend told you.
Temple Daddy, you said that we need evidence, but we don't trust who we're turning evidence into. So what is the purpose of the evidence in this case? Because supposedly we can't trust anybody higher up
Because
either.
the only way to bring a charge against someone your peer or above is to go to the chair. We have
So
to,
we can trust a chair, presumably.
as if we have a choice, because that's the only way to bring someone to justice. Now, there is also someone could just disappear. Someone could have an accident. There are also ways to. The problem with going after someone in power is if one of the chair is compromised, then our method of justice in the temple procedures, if one chair is compromised, then we have to get the other two to, it has to be a majority vote in order to arrest a cardinal, anyone below them.
Well, we have several people
It's
who
only
are
happened
very,
once in the history of the kingdom.
we have several people who are very proficient at making accidents happen within this group.
I'm just saying that we're dealing with a power structure and a literal financial and
But
magical
what it sounds
power
to me
structure.
like is you're saying that accidents are a more efficient method of getting through this process.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the only
Guys, did you
recourse
hear the same thing I heard? I mean, I'm hearing that accidents are the way to go.
that has happened in
He
the
can't tell us that directly
that,
because of his station. He cannot say that legally because he's going to get in trouble for it. But that's the way I'm hearing. Are you guys hearing that too?
Seems like that's how you bypass the red tape.
So I have
See?
another. I had another thought, and I know that's dangerous for me, but hear me out.
Go on.
We know that
this should be good.
the information rolls uphill. So if we go for anyone under Krusk or under the other guy, then they will hear about it. But we also know that the people that Krusk had doing his dirty work were using the Grey Dwarves for a lot of their work, and they couldn't do that officially through the temple because they're, evil Grey Dwarves and Celestor, yada yada yada.
Evil is a
And-
perspective.
Well, yeah, but we made friends with Bolthor.
What
And
were they evil?
No, well, I mean, they were not really evil. They just
Well,
were
like
mismanaged. They were
the
mismanaged.
old
We're agnostic.
the old king of Bolthor had a relationship with Balthaselic, whereby he helped them extort people and hold people's families hostage. They had a partnership with Habags.
Habags.
Habags. To store the bad guys. So we could make the assumption that
Store
there's
the
something
prisoners.
going on in Celestor that is actually of interest to Krusk and these bad people. So what if, and also the fact that Primrose and Scarwatch Keep apparently, which is bordering Celestor, might
Yep.
mean that there is some sort of smuggling happening between Celestor and the main continent, right? So what if we go through Celestor and we cut off that route, and then we disrupt Krusk's operation, and then we see what he does next?
Oh, you mean like through the Deadwood or going up to Celestio's tower?
Well, like we could start at Balthorpe, go to Havags. We got to check on those people we tried to free anyway.
So
That's
so
true.
from a while ago, you had infiltrated and defeated the pirate that the now defeated king had a deal with and was basically funding piracy, right?
Right.
Yes.
And then that king was deposed. There's a new queen, long live the queen, and
Yes.
has given a mandate to Havags to return the prisoners, but you didn't stay around to see if that happened.
Right. So we could see if that happened, go to Havags, find out if they're working with the people who are working with Balthaselic.
Right.
And then-
So your new queen is Ridga, remember?
Right.
And
Yeah.
I have to go look.
Oh, hail Queen Brick.
Uklo is the governor of Havagas.
Right.
And so Ridga sent an order to return the prisoners, but you left to go north before that occurred.
Before we figured out the end of that.
Right.
Right. So we could circle back that way, see if that's done. If they haven't gotten the people back yet, then we might have one of the reasons for that could be that Krusk et al. Still have reason for the extortion.
Right. And at least we
independent
know
of
something's up.
Balsalic. Yeah.
At least we'd have some. That's all I'm saying. It's like we got to figure out the lure to chase or have a lure ourselves to
So
catch something.
what you're
Either we got to
so the
follow a
bishop
line or
the bishop recaps and saying, so what you're saying is you defeated a crust fueled plot to have the king who was getting money from Krusk to fund piracy to fund his operations, and you cut off that operation.
Right.
That's right.
that
And
is
and the prisoners that were in Hubugs that were the leverage for a lot of the plots, including Sari and Vincent and all the other people that, well, the guy who threw off the ship and did
Featherfall.
Featherfall.
Yep.
And Sari, you had returned his family, and you've basically in Bolthorpe you have done that. You didn't follow Blank of Guz, and you also know that Primra, who reports to Krusk, is in Scarwatch Keep. So at least in 3 of the 4 cities, in Celestor having something to do with Krusk.
Right.
Interesting. See, I was thinking of going for the source, but that's interesting.
Well,
What if
we interfere downstream, then they're going to hear upstream. But if it's outside of the normal communications, then they might not be able to communicate as easily about it through official channels, and it would disrupt them. And then that would force them to react.
What
But
if
if
we
we know
captured a group of people that look similar to us and had Temple Daddy cast Gaius on them to make them think that they were actually us, and they get caught at Scarwatch Keep at the same time we're infiltrating our Zeal? So they won't expect us in our Zeal because they think that we've already been captured at Scarwatch Keep.
those.
If I
I've
can
seen
make this
lot
a
of
little
hippo
more
people.
complicated, let me know.
Yeah, that seems to be quite a lot of there's only one me, and that's me.
That plan
but
makes
if we
Oob's
found
head hurt.
somebody that we could paint blue
Right.
and paint their hair white and just spike it. And Temple Daddy makes them think that they are Gust.
Okay.
And we get them caught.
The bridge over troubled waters.
Is it
I
know.
complicated enough?
I know just the guy. His name is Tefiru.
There you go. I don't think he's tall enough. Gus is just a foot or two taller than him.
His name's DeFuro.
Yeah.
We can paint him blue.
And paint his hair white and spike it.
Regardless, I
Straight.
love the soul of your idea there, Raj.
Hey, I'm just spitballing here. I'm throwing ideas
I love
out.
the soul. I mean, it would be hysterical.
Wow.
If I can overcomplicate
It's
something,
impressive.
I absolutely will.
Well, if we, what I was trying to say, if we can figure out what they're trying to get out of Celestor through Scarwatch Keep, then we might be able to figure out what they are trying to get at.
I think all roads one way or another end up at Starwash Keep.
Yeah.
So how we
So
get
I'm zooming
there,
in
I
on
think is up to anybody's choice.
the map, kind of adjusting where you're thinking of going.
So we could start at Bolthorpe and work our way down that way. Actually, yeah. If there's some sort of caravan going through the mountains or going through the Deadwood, we could take it over. I could impersonate a Grey Dwarf because I have a similar stature.
Yeah, if I can go shopping or something and replenish my disguise kit and bulk it up, I could probably make us all
certainly
look
can
like
do that.
something else.
You can certainly do that. we haven't gone through
Except maybe Oop.
we haven't gone through the depths of this, but all of the temples are well supplied with basic goods like arrows and medicine kits and herbalism kits, and so you could certainly replenish.
Nice.
Yeah, I still
And
have
he's
my
not going
own
to charge
money.
you for that. These are things like if
Okay.
you need basic supplies, when you hit this temple, Bishop Agnon is happy to supply you with your basics.
Okay.
Now, anything
Cool.
magical, you're going to have to, find on your own at cities or,
Right.
Source elsewhere.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
definitely replenish my disguise kit because I've used it quite a bit.
Frig, even Max has used your disguise kit.
That's right.
Right, that's what I'm
Lipstick.
saying. I've used it
Lipstick and
extensively.
rouge,
Yeah.
which ended up, by the way, it made a neat impression on the top of the bar.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
It was the
You
entrance
literally
to
left
the
a good
puddle of
impression.
drool.
Yeah.
So are we going to go through Bolthorpe and do that way, or is that the plan?
I think we can pick up the most information heading from Bolthorpe south, and then
Yeah.
And you
hook
hear
up
some
maybe through
you
the
hear some
Dagwood.
footsteps coming down, and your new friend says, "Steven, your room is clean. Bishop Agnon, sir."
That's
Yeah,
funny.
dude, don't call him
First
Steven.
name basis?
I'm
Agnon.
sorry. I thought we were friends.
Well,
That's
got a
Temple
point.
Daddy to you.
Oh my God, is he Papa Steve now?
I think that
Funny.
he just winces at Papa Steve.
Yeah, Temple Daddy. Temple Daddy is the proper.
Turn of phrase.
Thank you.
So
Got you.
he says, so Satio, I think that you should definitely go along with our friends here, and anything that they need and anything you have access to and any inside information you're going to share with them, right? You're going to be their passwords, their guests, and if they need to go
Yeah,
on
that's
Skywatch
true.
Keep, you're going to let them through, right? Because you know all of the access passwords and things like that.
Very useful.
And he reaches in his pocket and he goes, "Yes," and pulls out a sending stone, which obviously goes to Primra.
Nice.
So I can use this if I need to.
Hey,
He's
Rocket,
he's
is there
kind
a
of
way
like-
you can.
He's definitely
Can you
embraced the
tinker with
role
that?
because he's the pain in his the migraine that's starting. He realizes it's going to kill him if he violates his Gaius. So
Right.
so Setio, do you know what they want out of Celestor?
I know that there was a lot of money that was coming out of there for Krusk, but I don't know all the details. I know that there was piracy and prisoners, and then they used this as leverage to get people to do their bidding and like kill a lot of investigators. So most of the investigators were killed by people that were, basically blackmailed into their service.
So
Right,
I
we knew
lean
that.
over to-
Yeah, we
I
knew
lean
that.
over to. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
As
I'm
quietly
glad
as
that
I
you knew
can.
that because I was trying to help you. I'm trying to help you, right? Right?
Yep.
So as
No
quietly as
pain
I
right now.
can, I whisper.
He's
to
not
Ooh,
telling you anything you don't know already. He's like,
Yeah.
Try to-
but he's along
Try
for
to
the.
keep track of what this guy's thinking as much as you can. I know you can't go deep with the thoughts, but try to keep an eye on him
Oh,
because
you
even
keep-
though he has Gaius,
Hey,
I don't trust him.
hey,
okay,
Temple
so
Daddy, can you tell him that when we want to detect his thoughts that he has to choose to fail the saving throw?
well, he's your friend, so he would always do everything you want, and he is our spy and our friend. So of course he would,
For 29 days.
29. Well, it hasn't even been a full day yet. It's been like
Well,
An
I mean, we're
hour.
not going to leave immediately, so I figured
Right.
29 days.
Great. Well, so it sounds like you guys have a plan.
Yeah. We got there eventually.
Woohoo, we did.
What would be our best method to get to Bolthorpe? By air or by sea?
Probably by air, then by sea.
That's what you've been doing lately, the bishop says, and I think that's, I mean, people are used to seeing airships. It's not like that's going to stand out. Like an airship flying around is not an unusual circumstance, but an airship landing like on the dock at Bolthorpe is certainly you have the right to do so if Ridga's still queen. And I mean, how long has it been since you've been there? Things can change quickly.
Probably a couple days.
Yeah, not
maybe
long.
a week at
I'd
tops.
say a week is good.
And how long did it take for you guys to infiltrate and cause a rebellion and cause the overthrow of the king?
About 3 hours.
Yeah. So my point is,
To our
you
luck,
might
though,
want to land and
everybody
walk
was
in.
quite inebriated.
Yeah, I think we want to land and
True.
walk in.
And there were a lot of people. There were like seemingly there was about a year of discontent
Yeah.
playing into that for us.
Yeah.
That's
All right. So
yeah. You did inform me of the rebellion you started and how it seemed like everyone was primed for it already.
Yes, they were.
Also,
very
the
good.
DM rolled terribly.
Yeah.
That is so much to our
Does help.
benefit. Oh,
It does help.
I can tell you how much that counts.
Yeah.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Right.
Well, fantastic. Well, you have a plan, and with that, I think we'll wrap tonight. That was
Hey.
amazing role playing, guys. I mean, this is I think this is one of the best like role playing sessions I've seen in a long
we
time.
didn't have any combat.
Um,
Well, I did lightning.
well, I remember you said that.
What?
That you lightning tube.
That I lightning oobed?
Oh,
There was some interesting things that happened.
Just enough
Um,
tomfoolery.
Well, then I guess we'll get out of here. I am super excited for next week, and so thanks everyone for watching, and we will find out what happens in Celestor apparently next week. I have to load up a lot of different maps, I'll tell you that.
We will be ready.
All right, everyone have a great week.
great
See you
session,
next
guys.
Sunday.
bye.
Hey,
See y'all.
I'll see some of you tomorrow.
Fun game. Fun sesh.
Yeah.